What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. It's Saturday night, which means it's live time. Hope you are all doing well as you file on in. Let me go ahead and go over my tools really quickly, and then I will tell you about the canvas that I'm working on, and we'll go from there. I'll say hello to everybody already in the chat. The pen that I'm using, one you've seen many times before, is from Diamond Pen Pal. This is the Satura pen. You can find Diamond Pen Pal over on Etsy. In my single placer here, I am using Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily. You can also find them on Etsy. Yes, that's their little symbol. It works like a glue dot. It is a liquid that turns solid. It goes from white to clear, hence the name Ghost, and works just like a glue dot does. In my multi-placer, I will be using Puttylicious Caramel Latte. Ooh, it's good stuff. It smells just like a caramel latte. I got to fill my pen up. Oh, Sugar's trying to get in already. Hold on. Let's let her in here. Come on in, Sugar. There you go. You want to say hello to your people? It's early yet. You got to wait a little bit, okay? We'll get back to Sugar. In the tray that I'm using is from Ephemera 3D. This is from their Maker World file, if you have a 3D printer. This is the walkie-talkie, and I love it so much. It has my name on it. It was made by friend of the channel, Gary. Gave it to me for free. All right, and I have a trinket tray from Sparkling Nana. This is my beautiful trinket tray. You've seen that. And then the diamond painting that I am working on. I'm going to show you this little picture because, well, in my book, it is on a page with something else that has not been sneak peeked yet. So I can't show you that, but I'll show you this. It is Moon by Yaroslava Guskova from Carrot Art. And that is the image there. It's a 55 by 55 centimeter in round, and the diamonds are acrylic. All right, let me go through and just say hello to everybody that is already in the chat, and then I'll show you my work that I have here. But let's start with hello, Keats, hello, Kath and Courtney. Hello, Paula. Hello, Gary. Hello, Divine and Peggy. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Stacy and Jen W. Hello, Sim. Hi, Liz and Shannon. What's up, Desiree? Hello, Mary Ann and Ashlyn. How is everybody doing? Hola, Mary. And let me know, what do you guys have on your table tonight? What are you working on? Okay, so this one, Moon by Yaroslava Guskova. I started this a few days ago, and it's very nice. I like it. You're seeing it in viewing distance, so it looks better. It looks great anyways, but it looks better from your viewpoint because you're not seeing all of the like different colors and things like that. You're seeing a nice blend because that's how it is with a computer render. Now this one, what you're not seeing, I'll show you up close. Here, let me move my lamp a little bit. There we go. And I'll show you kind of up close. You can see that it's got a lot of like stranger colors, like edge of her hair. You're seeing little dots that you didn't see before. It's pretty confetti heavy because it is a computer render, but it looks good. I mean, when what you're seeing in viewing distance is what it looks like, you know, when you're not right on top of it working on it. So I like it a lot. I think it looks great regardless. Only thing that I am maybe not loving about it is the fact that it is acrylic drills. So I went and I got my nails done today instead of buying a diamond painting. I thought about it, but I was like, no, I need my nails done worse because I had popped off both my first fingers, but check them out. Pink. I never do pink ever, ever. And then I've got these ones look sort of like moonstones. I like it, but pink. I never do a pink, so I thought let's do a pink just for shits. All right, let's see what everybody's working on. We've got Desiree's working on She Is Fire from the one with the diamond art. Nice. Jen's working on Color of Fear. Ooh, love it. Hello, Lexi. Divine working on Time to Play. Pink is your favorite. I like it. I don't usually go for it on the nails. Hello, Sujin. Calf's working on Talk to the Snakes. Stacy's working on The Little Match Girl from Diamond Painting Shop. Been falling asleep. Oh no, not good to fall asleep while diamond painting. Whimsical Owls. On Saturdays, we do pink nails. That's right. I don't know. It was just time for something different. So I thought, let's go with pink. Okay. So, yeah, I'm working on this one. The acrylic drills now on great glue, acrylic drills are not that bad. Although sometimes what you'll run into with acrylic drills on diamond paintings is like you'll rub your hand along it sometimes or like touch it or whatever, and then drills will come off on your hands. I have not had that problem so far with this one. Sometimes like if they're not stuck all the way down, if I've been multi-placing, they'll come off at those points, but otherwise it hasn't been a problem, thankfully. The nails do go nicely with the canvas. I'm loving it. Lexi said, I put my diamond painting stuff away since we're moving into the new place next week. Oh, okay. Drawing. Ashura by Christopher Lovell. Yes. Earlier, I made dinner. Dustin's parents gave him like a dozen sweet corn on the cob. And so I made corn on the cob. That was nice. That was very good. We enjoyed that. No complaints there. So I boiled up corn on the cob. I made pork chops and pork and beans because I needed something extra, some mashed potatoes. It was good stuff. Very good stuff. The bird is down there losing her mind. I'm not really sure about what exactly, but we're not going to worry about that right now. She's just down there losing it. She's like, come give me your ankle. I want to taste it again. Rude. Rude, rude. Hello, Glory. Yeah, I don't know what in the heck she wants. But she's not going to get whatever it is. Dustin went to go lay down and take a nap. I was like, right before I do my live? That seems like a bad idea, but okay. Whatever you want to do, man. I said, if the dog's barking or if anything's going on, I can't help with it. Let's move this down a little bit. We're going to put this right here, I think. You can do a bigger spot because it's not too bad working on this one. Hello, Mel. Yes, thank you for reminding people to please hit the like button. Hello, Allie, just popping in. Yeah, so I'm not like racing to get this done or anything. It's been a pretty quick go. I mean, rounds usually are anyway. So been all right in that department, but it's going by real fast. Rounds usually do. I think that's why I generally buy more squares than rounds. I made it a week into my second shift job and it's an adjustment. Oh boy. Yeah. See, I like the hours on a second shift job as far as like, I don't have to be awake early, but I feel like working a second shift job, especially like the 3 to 11 shift, it's like, okay, so if you stay up late, then you don't get to like, you have to then what, get up early to get stuff done? Or if you like go to bed early, like you don't get to do anything with your life. Like working second shift is kind of a bummer for your social life. I know that. Eating dinner first, then put the kids to bed, then start on Aria. Ooh. Just went outside and we have a huge pumpkin patch that we didn't attempt to grow and one sunflower in the middle of it. Yeah. Isn't that funny how when you're not trying to grow a garden, the garden just goes nuts? Dustin was mowing the lawn this morning and a female praying mantis was on our trumpet vine because they like to lay their eggs in our trumpet vine. And she was giving him the stink eye. Like, what are you doing, sir? You're disturbing my nest here. They leave behind these, like, I don't know, they look like little gooey balls until they harden up. And then come springtime, we just have millions. I don't know if it's millions, it's at least thousands of praying mantis babies just all over the side of the house. But they eat bad bugs, so I don't dislike them. Hello, Allison. Getting up at 9 and it's been doing good, then slept in till 11:30. Yeah, it's hard because, like I said, it's like almost no social life. Waking up from a nap. Dash has had you up the last 2 nights. Uh-oh. You don't like praying mantises, Sujin? They're really cool looking. You just got a bunch of ads. Oh shoot. I thought I turned those off. Sorry about that. Sometimes YouTube puts them in whether I want them or not. Just got done deep cleaning. See, you say not getting up at 3 a.m. anymore. I'm usually awake. Like my schedule is flipped, right? So I'll stay up until, well, some days if I don't remember to go to sleep when I'm supposed to at like 6:30 in the morning, I'll end up staying up until 3 or 4 in the afternoon and then realize that I haven't slept for 36 hours. And then it's just a whole wicked cycle. So I have to like scold myself and get into bed at like 6:30 a.m. just because I get more work done in the house. Like I get more of my filming and editing and that sort of stuff. Like I'm just definitely a night person. I've always been that way. I think it was probably because my last job, I worked third shift for probably the last 6 months that I worked there. I just felt more productive. Yeah, I heard you guys stayed up until 6 in the morning after the last live. I was like, I thought about jumping back in there with you guys, but what was I doing? Oh, I had recorded my whip and chat and then I had to do the editing and posting. And then I had something else to do afterward. I don't remember what. Something. So by the time that I ended up was going to join you guys were already gone. But I thought about jumping back in there with you guys. So I don't think I started recording it until like 3:15. Yeah, it was like 3:15 by the time I started recording. And then by the time I was done editing, you guys were gone. I had a friend have a Christmas tree explode, baby man. Yeah, that'll happen. They do like the pines. They definitely do like the pines. But yeah, for us, it's our trumpet vine. Also, I have to say, I think that they've got our cicada cycle marked incorrectly because I have seen and heard more cicadas this year than the last 2 years combined. And last year was supposed to be our really bad year, but they've definitely been worse this year. So I don't know if it's like their cycle is off or the count is off. I'm not really certain. But I can hear them outside right now. They're so freaking loud. Liz was on till 4. Wow. It always makes me happy when people can hang out in the voice chat like on their own and I don't have to be there. Because like people could go in there into any of the voice chats and hang out. I don't know what it is. Like even sometimes like starting the conversation, people will wait until I'm in there and I'm like, you don't have to wait for me. Don't be afraid of each other. Maybe we'll have to do some like uh I don't know, not like a team building exercise, but like a team building exercise. You notice with the cicadas too. Yeah, it's wild. I don't know what's going on with that. We had a praying mantis egg sac hatch in our dining room. Oh boy. Did you just not like realize what it was when you brought it in? Yeah, and it's like dusk right now, so the cicadas are like super loud. Oh, so Glory, I think it was you that had told me in the whipping chat to watch out for deer when we were out on the scooters. Yeah, we almost ran into a whole herd of deer 2 nights ago. They were, I mean, it was like probably 15 to 20 deer that were on the golf course by where we were riding. And yeah, we almost rode right into the middle of the freaking herd. And then they like booked it across the street. They hadn't been there when we went on our way through, but on our way back, it was like, oh, okay. Usually it's just bunnies that are running back and forth like across the bike path that we have to watch for, but this time it was like a full-on herd of deer. The house got warm and they hatched early. Oh, yep. Hi, Liana. Yes, Lexi, it definitely helps when you have lots in common. Haven't had any cicadas around here, but we've having tons of problems with possums. Oh boy. Could you trust falls? Thank you, Jen. I like the color. I never do pink, but I decided to go with pink this time. Yeah, like the deer, they've actually talked about trying to pass like some sort of a like temporary hunting license or whatever in the city, because down by where we were on the golf, like by the golf course, there's a botanical garden there, and the deer love to go get in and eat up the hostas and all the other tasty flowers. And so the botanical gardens are like, "Eh, the city should allow us to shoot them when they get on the property." It's like, get higher fences or get electric fences. Like, I don't know what you want to do. Our city is a city of parks, first of all. So like there's a lot more greenery than you might see in other cities because a lot of it is park. Even though they don't have anything there, it's like a big lot of trees or a big lot of just grass or whatever. We have a lot of deer that just wander through the middle of the city. And we also have a they call it the green belt. I don't know if it's called that in other places, but it's literally this like snaking of wooded area where the bike trails are through the middle of our city. And then we have a river. I mean, there's just all kinds of wildlife. And so for them to be like, yeah, you should let us shoot them. It's like, what? Get out of here with that. How would you like get shot when you hit Taco? I know, right? And I mean, granted, like there's not like a lot of housing back in that area, but there's enough housing that you definitely would not want to be shooting anywhere nearby. Yeah, that does happen, sadly. It does. Possums are great to have around, eat ticks. Oh, Shannon says, I'm shy. It's true. It is true. Older people in our town liked to feed the deer, but that brought the cougars. Oh boy. Yeah, see, we've only ever seen, okay, so it was probably 6 or 7 years back. They spotted a cougar in Milton, which is like 20 minutes north of here. And then 2 years ago, they saw another cougar, and it wasn't far from my city either, which is weird because they don't generally come this far south. They will come this far south, but not usually. Hello, Shiro. Seen them hanging out in the high school parking lot. Uh-oh, were they smoking and drinking too? Were they skipping school? Naughty deer. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like we also end up with a lot of issues with chronic wasting and mad cow disease with our deer. That's pretty typical. You hear about that a lot. So like some years, well, one, you're not allowed to like process out a deer if you go hunting or whatever on your own. You have to take it to a professional butcher because they have to do all of the appropriate testing before you can take it home and consume it. And if you get caught processing out your own deer, if you are not a butcher, you get in a lot of trouble, a whole lot of trouble. You're cleaning? Ooh. Yeah, we get lots of Yodis. We had a tiger. A tiger? The mice were living under your oven. Oh my gosh. Allison, I am working on, hold on, I'm going to pull a picture for you. I am working on Moon by Yaroslava Guskova from Carrot Art. You want to get cougars near the mall and in nightclubs. Terrible, Gary. Terrible. Oddly, my ex's mom's, wait, your ex's mom's ex-husband. So your ex's like father-in-law? No. Would be your father-in-law if they were married. Whatever. Okay, your ex's mom's ex-husband. That took me a second. We've had coyotes coming in, which is wild. Yeah, they definitely will wander where there's food. We get lots of Yodis, lots of fox. But again, our deer population, like even in the city limits, is crazy. So the amount of coyotes that we get here is not unheard of for the amount of deer that we have. And then we've had like bobcats, but those are mostly up near like the Wisconsin Dells, which is about an hour and a half north of here. They don't tend to come down this far though. Because once you really get down past where I live, it gets pretty flat because I'm north of the Illinois border, not by very much. And Illinois, not northern Illinois, but further south, it definitely gets flatter. Like there's not much to hide in. There's a smell in my kitchen. So I had been searching forever for this smell in my kitchen because we dealt with mice last year, a lot of mice. It was like I was trapping them and trapping them and trapping them. They just wouldn't stop. But we ended up, I didn't realize that the bottom, and I've lived in my house for 10 years. So I didn't realize that the bottom shelf in our like lower cupboard was actually a drawer. So I pulled the drawer all the way out and then found a pile of their like roosting, their nesting stuff, that they had collected or whatever. So that took me a while to locate myself. Right. Honestly, like otherwise I wouldn't care, except these mice were brazen. I remember one night I was on voice chat with a group of people. This was like a year and a half ago, maybe. And I was on a group chat, and there was a mouse sitting on top of my curtain rod, like in my living room, just chilling up on top of a curtain rod on the curtain, just hanging out, like surveying its land, I guess. I was like, you don't belong there. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's what they just. Whoa, hold on a second. Sugar. Shh. Don't get Beans in here barking. You stop. See, now you got Beans down there barking. Sugar, for shame on you barking in here. Look it. She's sticking her tongue at you. Look at her. How dare you bark at nothing? Put your tongue in your mouth. Put your tongue in your mouth, you silly. You silly dog. Yeah, you stop it. No more barking. Hold on, I gotta tell Beans it's okay. Beans, it's okay. Shh. Shh. Hey, stop. She's just barking at you. Go upstairs. Come on. Let's do that. Go downstairs and bark, sir. All right, sorry about that. See what you started, Sugar? You see what you started? She is precious. She's a little pain in my butt, but I love her. Okay, do I have? I do. She's my little baby. She's my little baby cakes. Oh, so I was eating corn on the cob for dinner, and I was teaching the dogs how to eat it without like trying to eat the whole cob. So trying to teach Beans just to use his front teeth to bite on the corn on the cob was pretty amusing. Sugar couldn't do it because she doesn't have any front teeth. Because, you know, she's a Chihuahua for one, too. She's got a really horrible overbite. So, like, air gets into her mouth. It rots her teeth. Like, there's not much we can do about it because that's just the way her mouth was built. And so I I had to laugh because I was feeding him to Beans, and whatever he was dropping on the floor, she was eating his dropping. So it's like, well, it's a cohabitational relationship you guys have, working out well. Sugar, do not start barking up. That's right. You lay down. Proud of herself for what she's. Oh, she always is. I think she enjoys it when Beans gets scolded. She's like, haha, Mom yelled at you for something that I started. Yeah, the difference is, at least when I tell her to stop it, she does. When I tell him to stop it, he just looks at me like I'm crazy. Like, whatever, Mom, I'm do what I want. These silly dogs. Sugar, hey, you do not need to be staring out that window. Excuse me, young lady. Sugar, stop staring out the window, waiting for something to bark at, you little booger. That's her nickname anyway. What's up, Tigger? Did anybody attend the auction tonight? I know there was an auction, right? I was too busy cooking and whatnot. I had too much to do. Too much to do. I don't even know if there was anything good. I didn't even see the list. No. Gary said, I forgot about the auction. Oh, darn. Whoopsie poopsies. Well, see, now Dustin's napping and Beans is down there barking, and there's nothing I can do to help him. Oh, well. Ooh, look at the match. A little matching. You robbed a train? Can't deal with the doll hairs. Sorry. Fair. That's fair. Now he's back upstairs barking. This dog. Oh, Beans. If your dad gets up and hollers at you, it's not going to be my fault. Because I tried. I tried with you, Beans. Oh, I missed a couple of the ABs. Still profitable robbing trains. Oh, yeah, I don't know. There hasn't been any good train robber stories in a while. Come on now. Oh, Tigger, what are you working on now that you've got the unicorn finished? Veiled in starlight. Fake coins and plastic necklaces. Uh-oh. Officially spent your spoons for the day? Oh, no. That's never good. That's it. Yeah, that's good. There we go. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to stay on my little like rounds kick that I've had going on. What I need to do, I think, is figure out how many rounds versus how many squares I have, and then just maybe try and keep it somewhat equal, even though like a square takes me a little longer than a round does. But I feel like I've done like 4 rounds in a row now. Jazzercise. Ooh. New workout. Run upstairs, bark, bark, bark. Run downstairs, bark, bark. Yep. That sounds about right. That sounds like his usual routine. And he loves it. It's his favorite. Until Dustin comes out of his room hollering at him. And then he pouts about getting yelled at. Like, Dad yelled at me. He'll come tell me about it. Dad yelled at me. Autumn Fire delivered today. Oh, Autumn Fire, the Prindle? Is that a Prindle? Been using the Gary tray. Aren't they great? How did I miss the Z? I don't know. They're wonderful. I love them so much. Love, love, love them. I'd take one in every color. This is probably why I don't need a 3D printer. Never will need a 3D printer because I'll be printing one off in every color. Yep. Only thing I want to like teach myself to do is to maybe become a little bit more ambidextrous with which side that I pour from. So like get myself used to pouring with left and right hand. Because then I could use either side. And that would be handy. That would be pretty handy. Okay. Did anybody end up getting anything today from like DAC or any of the other DP companies? Like I said, I went and got my nails done, so I wasn't going to be able to afford anything anyways. But if I was going to get anything, it probably would have been the Birth of Venus by Chrisabug. That looked really nice. I see she sold out really fast, so hoping that she restocks. I mean, if she doesn't, that's okay, but is that a new tray? No, it's this tray. This kind of tray. So there's Ephemera, which is the company that came up with the design for this tray right here. They make a few different types of trays. I'll show you. If I can get my tray thing open. There we go. They make a few different types of trays. They make okay, here we go. We got a couple of them. Okay. So Ephemera 3D, which is the company that makes this kind of tray right here, they make what's called the Deep Six, which is this one here. They also have a Deep Six style like this that has a removable lid. And the lid, as you can see, it has these like little dimples on it right there because the bottom has these little dimples in it. So I can set the tray lid on the bottom of the tray and it's not in the way. Now this Deep Six, which has the removable lid, it also has a removable spout. So, and then it's got a spout stopper. So if I want to use this one, and then I can keep the spout stopper in there, I can use it like a tray. It doesn't have the washi pack in it, which is kind of a bummer. I wish that their trays just generally did, but you can swap this in and out. So you can use the spout when you're ready to pour out your drills. But I tell people, if you're going to do that, put the lid back on, because otherwise you do end up with drills everywhere. So this is one style of their Deep Six that they do at Ephemera 3D. There's the Deep Six, which is this one, which it's a 6-inch long tray. It's a deeper tray. It has, like, you can see there's like a lip on the inside here. And then it has the curved bottom. I love that part. And this spout is the perfect size to fit inside of a Tic Tac container, which I love. This is called the Totem. Now it's supposed to look like this. This is actually their logo. It looks like a totem face. The Totem is really cool because this one, you load your diamonds. Let's not use pink. Let's use this color. This one, you load your diamonds into the back half. So this is really good for like color blocking. These two things right here are trash trays. So those come out. You can like push them up with your finger because there's a little hole in the bottom. This part right here is actually a screw. So this is closed off. You cover it up. There's a screw right there. And this, you can open it up, pour out however many you want to use. So like, let's say, you just want that many, whatever, blah, 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 fine. You can close the screw thing back down so that you don't have any more coming out of it. Use whatever you want to, and then you can screw it back open to get more of them out, etc. When you're ready to be done, you tap them back down into the base, close the screw again. And then what I do is I switch this out for the pour spout. Like that, you put the lid back on again because you don't want drills everywhere. And then you put this like so, and you can empty your tray into your thingy. It's really nice for color blocking. The guy who started Ephemera 3D was just like a 3D printer type person who has a wife that diamond paints. And he came up with this because she said she wanted something that was good for color blocking, where she didn't always have all the diamonds like in the tray and in her way. So he came up with the totem. I think it's really cool, really innovative. I like it a lot. And then this one that I'm using, this is called the walkie-talkie. Now, the walkie-talkie has two types, a walkie and a talkie. I don't know which one's which, but that is when the spout is facing you. The spout will either be on the right side or it will be on the left side on the other type of tray, which I don't have any anymore right now, because I sent them all out. But that being said, depending on what hand you use to pour out your drills, I use my right hand. You would want your spout on the right side so that they go right down to the bottom and into your container. If you were left-handed, it would be down here, and then they would go right down to the bottom and into your container. This one I like because it has the washi hack, which is what this is here, so that you don't have drills in your way when you're lining them up. So when you line them up in your tray and you go like that and they get out of your way, that's the washi hack. But the tricky thing with this tray in particular is that it is only available if you have a 3D printer or you know somebody with a 3D printer. Gary is the person who sent this to me, that they can actually print it off for you, because this is not something that they offer in their Etsy store. I wish that they did, because they'd probably make $1 million. But yeah, the spout side, like Gary was just saying, actually has a curve. I mean, the whole thing is curved at the base. Here, I'll show you. Get this out of my way first. Come out of there. Come out of there. There we go. So you can see in the bottom of this one, it like actually funnels it right down into that side. And yes, there is a curve on this side too, so that it's not like just flat there, but it actually like purposely puts it right down the spout. And I think they should put it on their Etsy page. They'd probably make a mint. Anyways, ooh, Calf got the Moonbound and the Chrysabug. Nice. Oh, Jen Mister. Divine's on a low buy. No weapon. Hi, Alice. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I like the totem. It's a lot of steps, which is I think why I maybe don't use it as often. It's a really cool concept, but yeah, it's a lot of steps. Definitely a lot of steps. And I feel like the walkie-talkie is almost like an improved version of the Deep Six. I love the Deep Six. This has been one of my favorite trays. The only thing that the Deep Six is missing is the washi hack. If this had the washi hack, it would be the perfect tray. I have used the bejeezles out of this tray. I love it. And while I love my Firefly, I love my, I love all the trays that I have. I think I get probably the most use out of my ephemera 3D trays of various styles. I love them. I love them so much. It's like just the perfect size. Like, I feel like you don't have to have a really super teeny tiny hand to hold these because they're thinner here. They're not wide. And then the other thing is like, I don't know, they're just ergonomically, they're nice too. Oh, the other thing that they added onto the walkie-talkie that this one doesn't have, this one in particular doesn't have, because like this Deep Six has the like little, I can't really see it. There it is. The little like divot right there. This Deep Six doesn't have it, but the walkie-talkie does. So like even when you're lining your drills up in this tray, it's very ergonomic for your thumb and your fingers in that little divot. And I like that too. Just a very well-designed tray. And like I said, I feel like if Ephemera 3D sold this on their Etsy page, you'd probably sell a million of them because they're amazing. They even told me when they sponsored for Mary Morales last year that, yeah, they were coming up with something new, but it wasn't something that was available in their store. And I didn't realize that that was the walkie-talkie. I was like, dang it. Yeah, you like they feel nice, don't they? They feel very nice to hold on to. And if you're a person who holds your tray too, like when you're diamond painting, it's just nice to hold on to, like if you hold your tray while diamond painting. I'm not a tray holder, but I know plenty of people who do. Hello, Josh. Oh, you're welcome. I'm talking about one of my favorite subjects, so it works out. Ephemera trays, one of my favorite things. And you'll see I use my ephemera trays probably more than any other trays at the moment. Like my other love is probably my Firefly Switch Mini Max. That's the other one that I think gets a lot of use and has on my channel. Because I do love my Switch Mini Max too. Although it's funny because there's nothing mini about it. The Switch Mini Max, this one, it's really wide. Like you can tell compared to this one, it's super wide. The open and close pour spout, like it's a thicker, bigger spout. So depending on what kind of storage you're using, like that's a real big spout. But I like it. I like it a lot. I use the bejesus out of this one too. Yeah, it is mini compared to the Max. That's for sure. Hi, Matt. I'm glad they don't, so I can provide them for events. I appreciate that. But yeah, the Switch Mini Max is probably my other favorite besides the walkie-talkie and the Deep Six. Oh, missed a couple on that last one. Dang it. That's a problem sometimes with these really confetti heavy canvases, missing one or two drills. Okay, I ask this all the time, but I'm going to ask it again. All right, are you the type of person, when you figure out that you've missed one, do you go back and fix it immediately, or do you wait until the end and go back and do it like later? I always have to fix it right when I find that I've missed it. Hi, Angela. Tray holder are the most baffling breed of diamond pit. Yeah, you know, it's like people who use tweezers. I don't understand it. I mean, whatever works for you, do what works for you, but I definitely can't wrap my head around holding my tray while I diamond paint. I don't know what it is. I think there's like something trained in my brain to put the tray down and like have my fingers on it so I have some control, I guess. I don't know. I just can't see myself holding on my tray. But when you've missed a drill or several while you're working, do you go back and fix it immediately, or do you do it at the end? We can start over. When you see it, Stacy says later. Sujin says eventually later, but not at the end. Okay. Lexi says, I fix immediately or I'll forget again. Calf says, immediately. Scatter stitches. Gary gave me a lot of technical and emotional support with my 3D printer today. Right on. That's Kristen, right? I'm assuming that's Kristen. I feel like I remember your username being Scatter Stitches. You'll tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know what it is. And it's funny too, because sometimes I'll miss one or two or whatever, and then I pour drills out, I go to lay the drills, and then I can't freaking find it again. So I'm sitting there for an extra few minutes, like looking around the canvas, trying to figure out where the one that I was missing was in the first place. Like, where even was it? It's like I see how I missed it in the first place. My 12 placer arrived today. Ooh. Wait until after that color. Finish the square. I figured that's what you meant, Jen. Depends on my mood. I either fix it immediately or I wait until I finish the current color. I probably should wait until I finish the current color, because that's how I've many times in the past, how I've mixed colors together, was by pulling out another color and finding ones that I had missed. So what I usually will try to do is, instead of pouring them out like entirely or whatever, because most of the time I do wait, but if I don't wait, I'll pour a few out like on the release paper next to the canvas, figure out what one I was missing, replace it, whatever, and then put them back in. Like, I'll use my finger to pick them up. But typically I wait until the end of the color that I'm currently working on, so I don't mix my drill colors, because I've done that way too many times. Oh man. But this one has been a really pretty canvas to work on. This is one that Noelle picked up for me during one of the auctions. And I was like, you know what? I've never tried a carrot art. Let me just go ahead and see how I like it. Aside from the acrylic drills, which I'm not a huge fan of acrylic drills, they're fine. Like, they are serviceable. Obviously they work, but I would prefer resin. If it's acrylic, it's acrylic, like whatever. I don't know. I haven't, like, is carrot art even open anymore? I don't even know. But I at least wanted to try one. So I'm like, let's give it a shot. Because the other one that I have is also a round. It's a Femke Deborah from Carrot Art. Sometimes I'll just randomly spearfish. Okay, I would spearfish not out of bags, and then I can't spearfish with the pens that I use out of certain containers. So I will usually spearfish if I can. Otherwise, that's why those lid toppers that Gary did are so handy, because then if I do need to spearfish or whatever, then I've got the lid topper. I can make a little baby sized tray out of it, and then I don't have to spearfish into the container. That's why these things are real handy. Less spear fishing to do. At least it's round acrylic. Oh, see, I have never actually worked on a full square acrylic since the one that I got as my very first ever square. I threw it away. I didn't even bother. I do so much confetti that opening too many at once can be a disastrous, but oof. Yeah. And see, I like confetti just fine. It's, like obviously I would prefer confetti to color blocking, but I would also like need a break. If I was doing all confetti all the time, that would make me crazy. Because I think confetti is better than color blocking overall, but after a while, too much confetti can make me a little crazy too. Just kind of depends. Square acrylic should be banned. I agree. Ugh. I agree. Yeah, the very first one that I ever did, I didn't really know much about ordering at the time. It was like very early on in my diamond painting adventures, and I ordered it because it looked like the one that the lady in rehab had shown me how to work on. So I was like, oh, cool. Thinking it was just all the same thing, had no idea that there was differences in, you know, resin versus acrylic and square versus round. And oh man, when I found that it was just not gonna fit together nicely, it was so gappy. And then where I was getting them together, they weren't fitting correctly. It was bad. It was really bad. I threw that thing away so fast. And the drills. I think most companies have resin squares. D, what's deep over? DP over? DP over? I've never even heard of that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of places they do resin squares and then acrylic rounds because they're worried about all the round garbage. Just too much trash. And like, honestly, here's the thing. I don't care about trash in a kit so long as I have enough drills to complete the canvas. I don't care. I'll pick out trash. You know what I mean? But what's DP over or deep over? I don't know what that is. Never even heard of it. Okay. Okay, here's a question for you guys. If you can remember the name, um, well, we'll go if just generally, and then I'll ask licensed. Okay, worst company that like for a canvas that you've ever worked on, licensed or unlicensed. Now, if it's unlicensed, then tell me a licensed one too. Um, Now, obviously, it's not the same anymore because of the updates to the grid. But my first generation, um, my first generation Dreamers designs, oh, it was freaking awful. Um, Whatever that unlicensed company was that I had the acrylic squares from, that one was terrible too. But I would have to say, definitely was not pleased. And then first generation art dot squares, oh, they were terrible. That new Paintly company uses a quote. Oh no. Yeah, I'd be throwing that out. Nope. 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 If you can't do a resin square, like get out. Yeah, Art Dot's old grid was real bad. You know what? I should actually pull out The updated square grid, it's a landscape, but I should pull that out and work on it for their tightened grid. White box DAC. Yeah, first gen art dot. Mm-hmm. Been very lucky. Haven't had anything you hated to work on. Well, you are lucky. Autumn Fire is square. So it's going to be Midnight Mystery by Marjorie Sarnett. Okay. I'm the reason you never bought a Dreamer design. Whoo, man. It was that first gen. I would have to go with Treasure Studio Arts. Paint with Diamonds and Dreamer Designs. Matt says clean trash at the start or leave it until the end. I think I'm an oddball there. Like generally when it comes to trash, my whole thing with trash, like I said, if I have enough if I have enough diamonds, I just keep going, right? But I will honestly now, I didn't used to be this way. I used to literally go through, and if I saw that there were cupped drills, I would pick them out before I even worked on the square, like before I even put them down on the square. Nowadays, it's like I will try to stick it to the canvas. If it sticks, great. I mean, if I see something noticeable, like it's got a tag or some sort of like hole or pock mark or whatever, if I see it, I'll take it out. But like otherwise, after shaking the tray, if it will stick to the canvas, it's staying on the canvas. The end. I didn't used to do that though. I used to go through and legitimately, before I would place anything on the square, I would check the drills that I was laying down. And I think I got a little bit of a lesson on that as far as like the strength of glue and like that sort of thing. I think that some companies will tell you like, if you don't like that level of trash, like that's just kind of how our drills are, and you're just not going to be satisfied with our product, blah, 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 blah. That's kind of a BS response. But to be fair, once you start sticking them to the canvas, as long as the glue is good, it really shouldn't make too much of a difference. But generally, I'll just try to stick it down. And if it doesn't stick after like 2 times of trying, then I'll throw it away. First batch of overseas rounds, I looked at the drills and stuffed. Oh, no. So the DD cam. No, I think one or both of the Sarah one, that is a first generation, but the other ones I think were second gen. To answer your question, Josh, the only thing for me was an unlicensed. Well, that's nice, Jen. A random Amazon kit. And like, yeah, the newer square grid from Dreamer, I've heard is much better. In fact, to be honest with you, their second gen, I worked on, what was that one called? It was, let me see. Oh, what was that one called? Not Spirit, because that's the one I hated. The second one that I worked on from Teddy Bear. This one had the second generation grid. This was a square. And that one, it was like working on an old Diamond Art Club. It wasn't that bad. The drills were shit, but you know, the grid was fine. And they've even tightened it since then too. Yeah, 310 drills in most companies are just garbage anyway. Peggy. Yeah, Diamond Art Emporium. I've heard that. Quite a few from Dreamer, but haven't worked any yet. Oh, Shiro, good luck with that, man. I know dealing with mice is not fun. So let me hold on a second. Let me grab some. Do I still? I might have thrown it out. Hold on. Let me look at my closet really quick. I'm gonna see something. Gotta see if I still have it. Hold on. So I had a while back, I had gotten for a friend, I had picked up a squares practice kit. Okay. Which I thought was a really great idea because it's a mini, but it's got the way that it's set up is so that you can work on like a lot of different stuff. Like it's got areas with color blocking, it's got areas with confetti, it's got areas with like I like this concept, right? Where you could get this for somebody who needed to just practice with some squares. And you can see there's checkerboarding, there's little color block areas, there's like all sorts of things, right? But my problem with it is like this canvas is actually like a piece of, I don't know if you can see it. It's like actually a piece of canvas, right? But it's like plasticated on this side, painted almost. And then when I received my first one, the plastic was actually on here backwards. And then I discovered, see if you can actually see it. Okay, so right here on the edge, it's actually double-sided adhesive. It's not poured glue. Do you see how it's like right there on the edge, how it's rolling over? That's because that's double-sided adhesive. And if I was going to give this to somebody to practice their squares, I would not give them something that was going to set them up to fail like a double-sided adhesive canvas would. And so I liked the idea around this. And like it's like a little mini. It's got like you get your little your drills. I had already stickered everything. You just get your little baggies of drills, like a little mini. But then I found out that they're acrylic squares. And so I thought, okay, so I'm going to set somebody up to fail by not only giving them a double-sided adhesive canvas, which they're going to hate because you can't move your drills. You have to you're going to deal with rivers or bubbles. You may or may not end up like literally pulling the entire design off the side of it. But then I'm also going to give them adhesive or freaking acrylic drills to stick down on that adhesive. No, nah. So yeah, this ended up going literally nowhere. And I did not send it to the person that I was going to send it to because they wanted to practice with squares. And so it's sat in my closet and done nothing. And I've seen the quality of the other diamond paintings that they have there, and I just won't. I just won't. My worst kit was one of Megara from Amazon. Oh no! The adhesive began to melt? Oh, hell no. Hello, Diamond Addiction 2024. I finished a couple of new Dreamer, and the grid is really good. Still trashing the drills, though. Yeah. I wish, okay, my wish for Dreamer designs is I wish that they would branch out their sizes, My issue is like literally every portrait is in 60 by 80, and then their landscapes are all in whatever that is, huge, right? And so everything that I had or have is in a 60 by freaking 80. I'm like, Jeebs, man. Sometimes the image doesn't look good in that size. So I wish that they would like branch out with their sizes a little bit. But aside from that, I think Dreamer's done some really phenomenal things with their upgrades. My issue was that still when Dreamer implied that all their drills were resin, the rounds, yeah, they're not. Their rounds are definitely not resin. Absolutely not. In fact, I could pull out, I think I have lilac still. That has acrylic rounds. I sold one of the ones that I'd finished. Symphony was her name. Another Curtis Reykjavik. And yeah, it definitely had acrylic rounds. And I don't see, that's the thing too. I feel like some companies think that we as consumers just don't know any better. There was one company, and I won't name them. I won't name drop on them. They know who they are. They were trying to convince people that they were selling stuff with resin drills. And when they got called out on it by me, and I said, hey, listen, these are or resin. They were telling people that they had resin, not acrylic drills. And I was like, yo, listen, these drills on this canvas that I'm working on right now are acrylic. They're like, well, the only reason that people think resin is better is because the popular girls, the popular content creators tell them that they're better. I'm like, no, that's not why people think they're better. They're better because they're better. But telling people and then marketing it as such and selling them at the cost of things with resin drills knowingly is the wrong way to go about it. So they pretended for the longest time that, oh, I'm so sorry, we didn't realize we had that marked wrong, or oh, I'm so sorry, our manufacturer told us that they were using resin and they weren't, but they told me that they knew that they were acrylic. Like, nah, that's gross. That's gross business practice. It's also why you're never going to see one of their canvases on my channel. Hi, April. I don't know if a year ago, maybe somewhere, but by the time I got them in 2024, it seemed the drills were pretty bad compared to DAC. Yeah, like I feel like Dreamers drills, at least up to the second production line that I had gotten, they were still pretty, like even the square resin drills were pretty bad. But I wouldn't say that you know what they reminded me of, actually? They reminded me of paint gem drills. You know, that like really cheap looking resin drills that have like 9 facets, not 13 facets, but 9 facets. That's what they remind me of from the second gen. I don't know if they're still using the same drills in their third gen or not. No idea, because I don't buy from Dreamer. And that's just because there's not really much there art wise that is something I'm looking for. Not for any like other reason than that. But yeah, their drills reminded me of paint gem drills, which are like the 9 facet squares instead of like the 13 or however many. During that era, a few shops, I'd assume maybe manufacturer trying to be slick with. Uh-huh. And so, yeah, I don't know how good Dreamer's current drills are. I just know how their drills used to be. And they were not awesome. Acrylic rounds and really, really crappy 9 facet square resin drills. Not great. But I can say that from what I've seen of what people have worked on, they've definitely made improvements, especially in tightening the grid. I haven't tried Dreamer because of things you've discussed on here. Mary, I can't actually speak for like their current, I just would not buy Dreamers out of D-Stash unless you know what generation that they're coming from, like second gen or newer. It's just really risky. It's really risky because those first generation ones are so gappy. Like it would take me a minute, but I can pull Spirit out. Hold on a second. It's gonna take me a second. I gotta go pull my Nick Pro bag from out from under my bed. Bought more recent, but haven't done any yet. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know because I have not. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get this out from under my bed without killing myself here. This thing's got to weigh like 100 pounds or more because it's got so many freaking diamond paintings in it. I think I have like over 100 finishes in this Nick Pro bag, and I can't fit anymore. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out where Spirit even is in here. Maybe. Hold on. Ooh, all my Neuralysis are right there. Oh my Lord. Yeah, this might have to be one for the next time. It's probably on the freaking bottom. But I've probably got like, this is why I need to go through my finishes and just figure out something to do with them. I like the idea of like maybe auctioning my finishes off or something. I've got so freaking many. Got a little vacuum for your desk. Ooh. Yeah, I'll have to pull that out in the future and show you like that first gen Dreamer designs. Like you could park a bus in between the gapping. Oh, it's so bad. So bad. But my second generation one I was not like super unhappy with. I mean, it was no worse than old Diamond Art Club gapping, which was tolerable. Mamba was released in 2025 and I'm having no issues. Nice. Oh, Shiro, that sounds cool. Dude, April, I'm not even kidding, man. Like I was multi-placing the 310 in her hat on Spirit. Spirit is, do you have a picture? I don't know if I have a picture of, oh, I don't think I do because I don't think she had a sticker sheet or something. Looking to see. Or maybe it was Symphony that didn't have a picture. Nope, Symphony had a picture and Spirit didn't. Oh, here we go. Like I had saved from the kit. I saved one of every one of the drills, and you can actually see in some of these like how bad cupping was just looking at the drills in this bag. Like some of them, the cupping is awful. Oh, it's so bad. But that's one of every color from the kit. But yeah, she like in her hat was a black witch's hat. And I was doing some color blocking because it was a huge black witch's hat. And I was only using, I think, an 8 placer on it. And oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's so, so bad. It's one that if it was something I encountered nowadays, I would probably throw it in the garbage. I was like, all right, and I'm done. I hate that my mind is so visual. But yeah, I have all of these finishes that I don't know, like I don't necessarily I don't want to throw them away. But somebody recommended maybe like doing some sort of an auction or something, and people can like bid on the ones that they want of a finish, and I don't know, put in like a little certificate of authenticity with a little thank you note or something. I thought that sounded kind of fun. If people wanted a finished canvas from me. Could be fun. But oh my Lord, like to pull all of them out. I need to make room in that bag because right now I'm just stacking my finishes in their boxes. And I mean, it works for the moment, but it's not going to work forever. Never know till you try. It's very true. It's very, very true. Or at a certain point, it's like, you pay shipping, I will send it to you. Here you go. There's a few of them that I know I wouldn't be able to rehome, but there's some of them that it's like, that was fun to work on, but I don't necessarily need this anymore. Like Eden Co. Very, very cute, but I know I'm never going to hang it up. You'd love to have one, April? Well, okay, like for instance, let me show you. And this isn't even all of them. I don't have like stickers for everything, but like going through my book, right? I've got everything that you see pictured. Everything that you see pictured, I still have for the most part. There may be one or two I don't still have, but like everything that you see, even that one, I've got all of these that just I need to figure out something. I don't have apples anymore, but I have Paint the Moon. I don't have Symphony because that one I sold. I have Rapunzel. I have Grand Canal and Basilica Venice. Ajasai and Catch Me. Yep, I got that. That one I don't have anymore. I gave that to my daughter, but I have Voyager. I have Try to Follow, but that one I'll probably keep. Loto Lunar, that's a Ultramar. Craft fairs around have finished ones for sale. Some people buy them and they're unlicensed. Yeah, I believe that. I got Artist Room by Butter D. I don't have that one done because that's a 200 color Josephine wall. Let's see. Rainy Day Mermaid. Got her. The Morrigan. I've got, don't have that one. Teffy. Got her. Got Solstice and Heidi. But like, I mean, just everything. I have almost all of these still. And some of them I know I'm never going to hang up or do anything with. I don't have Azalea anymore. But yeah, like this one. I know I'm never going to hang that up. It's never going to happen. Yeah. just lots and lots and lots. I don't have Evening Melodies. That went to my in-laws. But Cauldron of Myrrh. Yeah, I have a ton, and eventually they're going to need homes. I just don't know if anybody would even want them. But there's tons of them, and they're all licensed too. Just so many things. Julie's working on some seahorses. Ooh. Yep, lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Oh my God, Evening Light. Now, that one, if I was going to sell that one, I used so many specials on that thing. I can't even figure out what I would need to charge for that, honestly. But yeah, I've got a crap. And that's not even, I don't even think that's all of the ones that I have completed. That's just all the ones that I have pictures for. Beautifully Broken. I switched that one out. I put in crystals instead of just the regular drills that were in it. I had fun with that one. Because it didn't, I think I switched it out for like crystals and metallics, maybe, because it didn't even come with metallics. It was just like a regular yellow drill for where the gold was supposed to be. And I was like, well, that's boring. Let me do something else with that. So I did. But yeah, some of them are just going to need to eventually not be in my bag anymore, because I need to make room in my freaking bag. You'd pay for Face Full of Stars? Oh, I did metallic. Thank you, April. I think there's more of a market than you might expect. That could be true. That could be true. I just don't want to be like there's one person in particular. They sign the front of the diamond painting as though it's like their artwork, and that makes me feel yicky. That gives me the ick, because like it's not my art. That art is still the artist's art. I just put it in a diamond painting. So I would like, I don't know, sign the back or something. But I can't see myself signing the front of it like I was the artist, you know? Yes. See, now on some of them that'd be a little difficult because the back is like a short lint cotton. But I'd have to figure something out. Face Full of Stars is lovely. The only thing is, before I do anything with that, one, I've got to put some of the drills back onto it, and then it needs sealed. I have sealer. I just have to do it. But if you're serious about it, I'll seal it and send it to you. All yours. You like the idea of a note of authenticity? Yeah, it's kind of fun. Or fabric labels? That'd be kind of cool. I have a labeler, but or I could put like, you know, little notes about why I worked on it, what it signified to me, or whatever. Because some of them I work on them for a reason, right? Like Steadfast Heart. That one had a lot of personal meaning to me. And put in a little, you know, something about why I worked on it, or what it represented, or what have you. That could be fun. Okay. Shoot me a message. Sounds good. Because yeah, I need to find homes for at least some of these. Like some of them, yes, it will break my heart to part with them, but like I got the enjoyment out of them that I wanted. which was to work on them, you know? And that means more than anything, was like the working that I got to do on them. Now, the Moraleses, that I don't know. Like, I had worked out a deal with somebody on Facebook, and she was gonna pay me to like $40 to work on Morales, and then, you know, send it to her, whatever. And I had some of them already completed. Like, I have Ajusai already done, but I have a secondary copy of Ajusai headed my direction at some point. And so I told her, like, that's not a problem. Otherwise, the deal was, if she wanted a completed Morales, send me a copy of it so that I can have a copy of it, because that's the reason I wanted them, was eventually I'm going to just wallpaper my walls with Morales. And so I was like, well, if you just give me an undone copy, I will send you a finished copy of a Morales. And we make this deal, right? And she saw June Blooms when it came out, and she was like, ooh, I want this one. So she paid for it. I got a copy of it, and they've only just put it in the mail. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I meant to work on that for her like immediately, but it's taken this long to get to my house. Albino mermaid. Okay, so April, no. Actually, if you want to know the truth about Albino Mermaid, I sold that one. I had started to work on like 2 squares of it, and I found it a new home. And they were cool with my having already done a couple of squares on it. I did not like the render. The render was very muddy. The flowers did not, I don't know if I still have a picture of it somewhere. It was just not, I wasn't happy. There was going to have to be a lot of changes that I would have needed to make in order to really enjoy that one. And so I ended up, instead of throwing it in the garbage or whatever, somebody else was like, well, I'll take it off your hands. They paid, I don't even know, like, I barely charged them anything for it, and sent it to a new home because they said that they didn't mind the render. I did not care for the render. I was very sad. No, it wasn't gappy. It was just the actual render itself didn't look good. Like, the flowers were very like muddy colored. The other thing was, okay, so there was an AB that was used in the pink flowers, and the color that the AB was supposed to be was 605. Okay. Well, the color that the AB was not 605. It was 605, like it's what they sent, right? But the dye lot was so different than what was supposed to be on the canvas. It looked terrible. In fact, Abby and I and Sujin sat on a voice chat for, I don't know, at least an hour, trying to figure out like what exactly I would have to do to fix it. And it was beyond what I was willing to do. Kind of like Pimp My Ride, but for very white folks. Yes. Yeah, it was very heartbreaking. But Sujin sent me a copy of Rainbow Mermaid from Creations Moren, which was like a one and done. Hold on, I'll grab it. I'll show you. It was a one and done thing from Creations Moren. And I don't know about the render on this either, but we'll have to see. Because I have an MDD one somewhere hidden in my closet. This is Albino Mermaid, which Creations Moren did a like one run of it by Kikawa. And let's see. I'm gonna get the drills. But it looks like the same company that Jade used, because the drills are like the same as you'd get from Jaded Gem Shop. Like exactly the same. But this render is kind of color blocky. And because it's in the photo negative, it's really, really hard to tell what it's going to look like when it's done, as it is with Jade's too. But like, here's the image. And then this is the Creations Moran render of it. But you can see there's a lot more color blocking, and it's hard to tell what it's going to look like because of that photo negative effect, because they use white on dark and black on light. And so like even this here, that's going to be, I think that's 550 or 550, 3837. So like this is going to be very darker purple, but it looks very light because of the way that it's printed on here. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what it's going to look like when it's done though. And then, yeah, I have an MDD one someplace, or she's got one on the way to me from, it was supposed to be a sneak peek, and it got lost in transition. So she was having a second one sent. And yeah, she had that one for a little while too. Hello, Noelle. Lexi says, can confirm it's the same manufacturer. Yeah, I figured as much. I figured. How was tonight? Completely blanked on the auction. There was, as far as I know, there was one Ultramar in the auction. But as far as I know, nobody really went to the auction. And the only reason I knew about the Ultramar was because Sarah said she saw it, but it was Butterfly Kisses, which is the one that's, it's the Ultramar that's like, she's got blue hair and she's got a butterfly on her lips. It's not one of my favorite Ultramars. But yeah, I don't think too many people went. Yeah, there was an auction on Crashly's, but I don't think too many people attended. I don't even think the list was posted on Discord this time. I don't think anybody posted it. So I don't know. But yeah, as for Albino Mermaid, I mean, you may think that the render is fine. You might look at it and go, oh, this is just fine. I might just be too damn picky. But it was just not something that I enjoyed the render on. So I found her a new home that I knew. I talked to the person about what I didn't like about it, and she said she had no problem. So I was like, all right, cool. I was bummed to see Kikawa kind of leave the diamond painting community altogether. I don't think she's signed anywhere else. I don't think she has any plans to sign anywhere else either. Odds of getting a good price were pretty good. Yeah. Yes, Gary. Yes, indeed. Didn't buy from DAC, even though they dropped Birth of Venus today. Yeah. I mean, she'll go on a wish list, but either I'll get her or I won't get her. I needed to get my nails done because both of the nails on my first fingers broke off. So it was either get a canvas and leave my nails looking really jacked, or get my nails done. And I got pink, and then this one that kind of looks like moonstone, like rainbow moonstone. I'm happy with getting my nails done. Saw a review video and she said it was fantastic. Who said it was? You're talking about Albino Mermaid? I don't know. I mean, I've seen like I went and looked at post review videos of Albino Mermaid after the fact, and then I started to zero in on the stuff that I really didn't like. And even in the post reviews for me, like it's probably just me. It's probably just a me problem. Had no service. Need to get me a nail saver? Yes. I don't know what a nail saver is, but I'm into it. Thank you, Noelle. I love them. I love them so much. They are very pink, and I don't ever do pink. She almost made a mistake. Oh, you already know how mad I would have been. I told her I wanted this pink, and then I wanted this one that looks like Rainbow Moonstone, right? Because it does. It looks just like a Rainbow Moonstone. But she comes out and she's got this lime green. Okay. She thinks that I want pink and lime green. And I was like, please don't do that. Please, please, please do not put that color on my nails. She goes, oh, I think it looked pretty. I'm like, yeah, but I don't. I do not like those two colors together. Please do not give me pink and lime green. Blech. No. Be yakking all over my own hands. Be not cool. Garlic Festival. Ooh. Night, Alice. So yeah, I've got all of these freaking finishes, right? And I need to find homes for them. Maybe that's what I'll do coming up here. I'll just be like, all right, and up for grabs we have. And I'll start bringing out finishes. And be like, here you go. Shipping and $10. And it's all yours. Send to my PayPal. Although, if you do want Face Full of Stars, let me know. Like I said, I just got to put the drills that are like fallen off of it back on, and then I got to seal it, which I have no problem doing. Because the acrylic drills do not want to stick. How do I like the carrot art. I would love to try one of their squares at some point. Are they still open? I don't even know. I don't even know if they're still in business. But I would like to try one of their squares. Both of the ones that I have are rounds. This one and the Femke Deborah Mermaid are both rounds, and the rounds are acrylic. If it weren't for the acrylic drills, I'd like it a lot better. But I mean, everything else is fine. They're sticking, so it's fine. Any of y'all know how to calculate how many drills are on a square canvas? There is a calculation somewhere where it's a measurement of like so many centimeters or whatever is X amount of drills, like average or whatever. I don't remember where that chart is, the conversion chart for it, but I've seen it. I feel like someone posted it on Reddit or something at some point. But I know such a conversion exists somewhere. As far as I know, the size of a square on a square drill canvas is 2.5 millimeters, and then it's 2.8 millimeters for a round. I might be making those numbers up though. Don't quote me on that. But that feels correct. 2.5 and 2.8 because rounds are slightly larger. It's on a Facebook group. 10 to an inch. Right, because an inch is what, 2.5 centimeters? No, backwards. I don't know. I know that there is a conversion chart, though, that exists. In a Facebook group is probably true, and or on Reddit somewhere. I'm sure there's one on Reddit somewhere because Reddit has everything. Okay, I was right. 2.5 centimeters is an inch. Hello, Diamonds and Ice. 2.8 for round, 2.5 for square. Look at me knowing numbers. Isn't it on the Heaven and Earth Designs conversion group? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, you're saying 10 drills to an inch, though? Well, but you have to take into consideration the lines between too. I feel like there's something with that. Look at you just shoving your way into my room, Beans. Can I help you, sir? Just all shoved his face into my door. Well, thank you for letting Sugar out. Silver was my Pomeranian's name prior to my ever even owning Sugar. Uh-oh. I just had a dementia lapse or something in my brain. That's sort of like when you call your kids. See, my mom made it really hard on herself because my oldest brother is Dan, but everybody called him Danny. And then my older brother is Jeremy. And then me, Naomi. So all of us having like an E at the end of the name. So whenever she was yelling at us, it'd be like, Danny, Jeremy, Naomi, whoever you are. Yep. I had a cat named Silver in 2nd grade. Oh. Y'all ever get a headache from being out near the smell of hay and barn animals all day? No, because I actually like the smell of barn animals. I actually enjoy the stink of a horse. It's like one of my favorite smells legitimately in the whole world. Like I could just go, now pigs, that smell is diabolical. Like I don't know anybody who loves the smell of pigs, but horses, oh man, love it. Though if you have allergies to hay of any kind, that would probably give you headaches, I would imagine. Grew up on a cow farm. I'm too New York for the boonies. It could be. It very well could be. So he shoved his big ass head in my door, walked in, walked over to my bed, sniffed Sugar, and then walked right back out. Well, that was nice of you, Beans. That was really nice of you. He let her out too. She followed him out. That's so goofy. I'm trying to remember exactly when it was that our animals all started ending up with food names. He is very random. Beans is the most random. I don't know if that was just like him being on patrol or something. Like, just needed to come in here and count everybody. And I'm leaving again. Because, he's a guardian dog. So occasionally I do feel like I'm being counted. when he's in the house, he's counting people, make sure we are where we say we're going to be. Used to run through all three kids' names. Then I got to the point of oldest, youngest, middle, brat child. Oh, okay. I like that the middle child is the brat child. My older brother was definitely like the problem child of the three of the older kids. Like there's 11 years difference between myself and my mom's youngest, my younger sister. She's got a different dad than the oldest three of us as well. And yeah, she did it to herself. You got nobody to blame. Nobody to blame but herself on that one. Okay, but my kids' names both ended with I mean, my youngest goes by Ray now. I'm not going to dead name my youngest because that's not his name anymore. But they both ended in so I did that to myself too. Didn't even learn from my mom. I just did it to myself. Sir Didymus. Ow. Head count 4 lights out. That's exactly right. Sugar's going to ride Beans into battle. Exactly. Pizza bones. They're always looking for pizza bones around here, whether I have them or not. Oh my God. Like I said, watching Beans eating corn on the cob off of the cob, right? Because I was giving him, I had those, those like, there's like, they're corn cob holders and they have like little handles on the end. And then they've got like 2 stabby things. You put them inside the corn cob and then it makes it easier to eat the corn cob. So I'm holding on to the 2 like handles, right, on this corn cob. And Beans is like trying to figure out how to like front tooth this piece of corn only instead of using his back teeth. And he's just literally dropping it all over the floor and Sugar's just cleaning up. She's like, yeah, the best day ever. Eating watermelon. Oh, my kids' names don't match and I still mess up. I know, right? Eventually you just either have to say something like you or you know what your name is. That was one thing I got real good at telling my kids. You know what your name is. Get over here. Whoever you are. And do you think they'd show up? No. Because usually if I'm yelling their names, they're getting in trouble. So of course they're not going to show up. They're like, I don't know what my name is. If you can't get it, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to help you with this. Like, no way. Nope, not helping, not even a little. It's like, fine, I completely understand. I can't say as I blame you. What time are we at? Oh, we got a little bit. Got a few minutes yet. I'm not going to finish this square, but I'm getting there. Noelle, I have not actually worked on, well, I have. I worked on Elizabeth, but I didn't finish my second row because I didn't know where you were with yours. Beans, why are you pushing my door open again? Oh, you're letting Sugar back in the room. Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks for that. I appreciate you shoving the door open for her. Turns around and leaves. This dog. Pyrenees are weird dogs. I don't know, man. I don't know how else to describe it. Great Pyrenees are weird dogs. Real weird. You got the first row done? Oh, okay. Welcome back, Desiree. Yeah, he is a very, very strange animal sometimes. He just makes his own decisions. He's like Bobby Brown. It's his prerogative. I do what I want to do. It's my prerogative. And he believes it too. Here he comes shoving his way in again. Hi, can I help you? You don't need to get up on the bed with her. No, what are you doing? Yeah, I have to move this. You can't step on it. That's all of my canvases. You're not allowed to walk on it. Ugh. Goodness. I'm trying to zip the bag up, Beans. And you zip the bag up and push the bag back under the bed, and then you can go sniff sugar, okay? While she's on the bed. If I can get it back under there. Oh, my Lord. I can't move it. Dang it, Beans. Why are you in here? It's like, Mom, I want to see what Sugar's doing. There. Now it's mostly out of your way, okay? There, now you go smell Sugar all you want to, weirdo. What if he did get on the bed? Oh, my Lord. It's his prerogative? Yes. Yes, and Pyrenees do march to a different drummer than the rest of just any dogs, generally. I think some of it is just like them being too smart for their own good. And then also thinking that they know best in every situation. And you can ask them to do something and they'll think about it. If it aligns with what they were already going to do, then sure, they'll do that. But for the most part, it's like, no, I don't think I'll do that. I think I'd rather just do what I was going to do in the first place. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad we know who's boss around here. Oh, the song of their people. Oh, and he loves to sing the song of his people. Unfortunately, he loves to sing the song of his people at full volume and when we're riding in the car. That's his favorite time to sing the song of his people. Ear-shattering barking. He's real good at that. He loves to sing the song of his people. You were 5 kids, and I was definitely the problem child. Oh, no. My mom could never shout our names right when she was eating. Nope. So they're cats. Basically, just really, 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 really loud cats. Incredibly loud cats. And they're moody, too. They're moody. I mean, he's very much like a teenage boy. Loud, obnoxious, does what he feels like doing, thinks he knows best and right in every situation. Thank God this dog can't, like, try to, I don't know, give me the well actually, because I bet he would. In a heartbeat, this dog would give me the well actually. I'm sure of it. I don't think he'd be as bad as wearing like a trilby or a freaking fedora, but he would definitely give me the well actually. My mom still yells all the names before she manages to get. Oh, there you go. Yell the kids and the dogs' names. Just start at the top of the list and work your way down. Whatever works. All right. Well, I didn't get through my square, that is okay. I did open a rather large square for this one. But I will be continuing this in Discord. We're going to go hang out. Some of you may find, because I went through and I edited the list, so some of you guys may find that you are now able to see the Discord After Dark voice chat. And you are welcome to come and join us if you are past your 3 months. And yeah, that's where we'll be hanging out. Otherwise, the general chat, if people want to go and ever hang out in there, you are welcome to do that anytime. Otherwise, there we go. There we go. Yep, I'm going to be heading into Discord, and I will be back on Tuesday. Whoop whoop. For more live stream fun adventures. And I hope that you will come and hang out with me in either location. But for now, I'm going to get the heck out of here. I'm going to get myself a nice cold drink of water and head to the restroom before I meet up with peoples in Discord. And I hope that you'll come and hang out with me there. But otherwise, until next time, as ever, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world, that you're having a beautiful, safe, and lovely morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, see you Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. All right. Night, everybody. Bye.